Hi, I'm Rihanna.
And I'm Akira.
And you're watching
DONTAE'S Boxing Nation.
Will there be any excuses after May 2nd for either fighter, for Mayweather or for your fighter?
There shouldn't be. I mean, the best man will win, and we'll go from there.
Different style. Manny, you and Floyd Mayweather, both two prideful men, both at the apex of boxing, but I think Floyd Mayweather really wants you to admit that he beats you so he can do a Maypac too. Will that ever happen? Will you ever concede so you can get the Maypac too?
You know, I know his heart. He don't have the concern for the fans. His concern is only to, I mean, for money, but my concern not only for money, making money from the fans, from the people, but my concern is how I entertain the people, how I entertain the fans. My concern, of course, paying you money for the fight, that's good. I mean, but we have to remember, as a fighter, your concern, your responsibility to make the people happy.
DONTAE'S Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? You know, someone needs to really step in and save Manny Pacquiao from himself and stop allowing this man to do interviews, because he is really destroying his reputation. I mean, you hear Manny Pacquiao say stuff like, Floyd Mayweather, he doesn't care about the fans, he only cares about money. The problem is when Manny Pacquiao says something like that, he's implying that he's the opposite. He cares more about the fans and what the fans want as opposed to the money. When Manny Pacquiao says something like that, he sets himself open, or he sets himself up for so many counters. Because right off the top, when I hear him say something like that, I would easily ask Manny Pacquiao the question, okay, Manny, so if you care more about the fans and what the fans want as opposed to money, how come when Floyd Mayweather offered you $40 million over the phone, how come you turned down the $40 million and you said no, 50-50? If you care more about what the fans want and you don't care that much about the money, because you're unlike Floyd Mayweather, right, Manny? How come you didn't take the $40 million? You see how hypocritical that is? I mean, and there are a lot of situations where Manny Pacquiao, he contradicts himself when he says this. I mean, you can also look at his level of competition. When Manny Pacquiao had an option to either fight Terrence Crawford or other big name fighters, all of the fans wanted the Terrence Crawford fight. We know that for a fact, right? And there was someone else, I think Amir Khan was an option, which would have been an interesting fight considering the fact that Manny Pacquiao and Amir Khan, they trained together. They sparred over 100 rounds. So you had Manny Pacquiao, he had options like Terrence Crawford, Amir Khan, and many other fighters. And Manny Pacquiao, instead of giving the fans the fights that the fans wanted, Manny Pacquiao decided to fight Tim Bradley a third time. You know, when it comes to Manny Pacquiao, what he's starting to do is listen to the fans. He's starting to listen to the decafs that spew out the most ridiculous rhetoric. And now Manny Pacquiao, he's become a victim to regurgitating what these decafs are saying, and then he'll go ahead and he'll repeat this stuff to the media. But what Manny Pacquiao doesn't understand is decafs, you know, it makes more sense for a decaf to say something that doesn't make sense, to say something that's completely ridiculous, that's hypocritical, or, you know, whatever you want to call it. Manny Pacquiao, he does not have the same luxury as a decaf on the internet, because a decaf on the internet, he's not held responsible for what he says. There's no track record. He's a nobody. So he could change his opinion and his thoughts every day like the weather if he really wants to. He can contradict himself all the time. The decaf can. But when it comes to Manny Pacquiao, he does not have that luxury. Because if you try to talk like the decafs on the internet, then you're going to expose yourself as a hypocrite. And this is exactly what Manny Pacquiao is doing right now. As you see, my man Fred from Barbershop Conversations, he was asking Manny Pacquiao, are you going to admit that you lost to Floyd Mayweather? And you see Manny Pacquiao, he never even answered the question. Like a true politician, all he did was deflect and talk about something else that had nothing to do with the question. This is what Manny Pacquiao has become. And it's not good for his reputation. You're supposed to be this extremely religious person. But every time you mention Floyd Mayweather's name, despite the fact that Floyd Mayweather showed Manny Pacquiao the utmost respect when they were promoting that fight, before the fight and after the fight, Floyd Mayweather, he showed Manny Pacquiao an enormous amount of respect. And he gave Manny Pacquiao all type of credit after he beat Manny Pacquiao. But Manny Pacquiao, the religious guy, he has nothing positive to say about Floyd Mayweather at all. Every time Floyd Mayweather's name is brought up in an interview, Manny Pacquiao, he wants to discredit, he wants to berate Floyd Mayweather, right? But if Jesus is your main inspiration and motivation, Jesus says that love is the supreme law. And you are not only supposed to love your enemies, but you are supposed to pray for those that persecute you. So when Manny Pacquiao and Freddie Roach kept saying that this is good versus evil, and you had Manny Pacquiao saying that God, you know, he's going to show that there is a God that exists by allowing me to beat Floyd Mayweather. When he said that, you know what Floyd Mayweather said in response to Freddie Roach and Manny Pacquiao saying that this is good versus evil, and basically looking at Floyd Mayweather as the modern day devil of boxing? You know what Floyd Mayweather said when he was asked, what do you think about them saying that about you? He said, you know what? I have nothing bad to say about Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach is a good trainer. He's a good trainer, etc., etc. That is what you call loving your enemy, right? So what's crazy is, while Manny Pacquiao is supposed to be the religious guy, it's Floyd Mayweather that's living more by Jesus' words than the religious guy, Manny Pacquiao. How ironic is that, right? And I'm not trying to say that Floyd Mayweather is more holier than Manny Pacquiao. The simple point I'm making is it's supposed to be Manny Pacquiao that's playing the same role that Floyd Mayweather was playing when he said, you know what? I have nothing bad to say about Freddie Roach or Manny Pacquiao. We didn't get this from Manny Pacquiao when he was asked about Floyd Mayweather. In fact, Manny Pacquiao, he said at the press conference leading up to the Mayweather fight, Manny Pacquiao looked at Floyd Mayweather and he said, after our fight, I want us to go to church and pray together. This is what Manny Pacquiao said, right? And of course, after Manny Pacquiao lost to Floyd Mayweather, instead of him talking about praying with Floyd Mayweather, he didn't even bring up anything that pertained to Jesus or anything after the fight. Instead, you know what he said? He said, I lost because of my shoulder and this and that, and all Floyd Mayweather did was run, etc., etc. Nothing but negativity. No, you know what? I thank God that both of us are okay, and this is what God wanted, etc., etc. He didn't say anything like that. He didn't say Floyd Mayweather is a great fighter, because that's what Floyd Mayweather said about Manny Pacquiao. Floyd Mayweather said that Manny Pacquiao, he was a great fighter. He was very strong in there, etc., etc. There was nothing but love after the fight when it came to Floyd Mayweather. But when it came to Manny Pacquiao, there was no love. There was no love at all. What type of religious person expresses no type of love after you just went 12 rounds trying to knock a man's head off? That's supposed to humble you. That's supposed to bring people closer, right? But we did not get that with Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao contradicts himself so many times. Like I just told you guys a minute ago, Manny Pacquiao said that Jesus would give him the win to show people that Jesus exists. What he basically was trying to say is to show people that this is good versus evil and good will prevail. That's pretty much what Manny Pacquiao was trying to say. But why is it after Manny Pacquiao lost to Floyd Mayweather, then Manny Pacquiao, he had the nerve to say, I knew, he pretty much said he knew that he was going to lose this fight because he said he had a dream that he had lost to Floyd Mayweather a couple months before the fight. So he basically implied that Jesus had already told him that it was in his will to lose to Floyd Mayweather. So which one is it, Manny Pacquiao? Did Jesus tell you you were going to win? Or did Jesus tell you you were going to lose to Floyd Mayweather? You know, I'm not some super religious person, but this is exactly what the Bible means when they say, do not take the Lord's name in vain. Let me go ahead and just read a verse for you guys. Maybe I'll read a couple verses. This is James 1:26. Quote, those who consider themselves religious and yet do not keep a tight rein on their tongues deceive themselves, and their religion is worthless. Here's another one. This is from Exodus 27. You should not misuse the name of the Lord, your God, for the Lord will not hold anyone guiltless who misuses his name. End quote. You know, maybe if Manny Pacquiao starts to read these verses, it will help him and prevent him from constantly contradicting himself and destroying his reputation as a God-fearing man. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
He said that Mayweather, he was a bad role model. He said it's kind of good versus evil.
Yes.
I have to ask you, everything that you've said and done, Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, everything that you guys have said and done in life, would you say you guys are better role models than he is?
I say Manny Pacquiao is a better role model, but I'm definitely not.
Good morning. My name is Pastor John Anthony from Petoskey Church of God, and I want to speak to you today how you are blessed when men hate you, if you're a Christian, because of Jesus. And Jesus himself said this. In the book of Luke, chapter 6, verse number 20, Jesus said, looking at his disciples, he said, blessed are you when men hate you, when they exclude you and insult you and reject your name as evil because of the Son of Man. Rejoice in that day, Jesus said, and leap for joy, because great is your reward in heaven. For that is how their fathers treated the prophets. Isn't that something?
This is Bobby, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.